Hey everyone, this is Conscious Sharon. How you doing this evening? I know I do not go live that often on this page. However, my goal is to change this. But anyway, just wanted to spend a few moments or a few minutes in just talking in general about self-care. Self-care is, I put a post out there earlier and just kind of just want to say, with self-care, it is so important for us to do those things that's needed to take care of ourselves in so many different ways. And when I look at self-care, I look at it in self-awareness, deep breaths, and sitting in silence, and in movement and in action. And when it comes to the self-awareness piece, that is really huge. And I'll talk about that a little, I would say later, meaning at another time, just not today. But when it comes to self-care, it's those activities, practice, and rituals that we do that's going to cultivate us to our highest potential of who we are or what we need to do, of our purpose, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and even financially. And so the question is, are you where you want to be? Are you where you need to be? Sometimes, a lot of times when we get older in our lives, we're like, am I, fulfilling my purpose, whether or not. And of course, it's always good when you're able to do that within your job, that you have. However, when you're able to do that within your job that you have, that's even wonderful, because you always hear people say, like, what I do is not a job. I'm having fun. It's my passion. And so it really is, as you say, wonderful when your passion is your purpose. Or you can see your passion within your purpose, should I say. But anyway, again, when it comes to self-care, it's about doing those things and taking care of yourself. Because when we take care of ourselves, we're taking care of other people. And even when it comes to, a lot of times we have problems, or some people have problems in telling people no. We always hear about people pleasers and telling people no. And I know sometimes, even with myself, I know how to put limits and boundaries, but I also see that there are certain aspects or times when I do. I'm not going to say it's hard per se, but there are times in which I probably need to say no and don't. And so that's where the self-awareness comes into play, is to pay attention to those moments. Like, what comes up? What in one situation where it doesn't feel good, but I'm not saying no. I'm not putting a boundary regarding that. And that could be an area in which we may need to heal from. And that is what it's all about. It's kind of like, what do we need healing from? It doesn't mean that we're all going around all sad or anything like that, but it is not where we're up at our highest level, or where we can be, where that energy is really up there. So again, when it comes to self-care, because the other thing is, we can need to go to the bathroom, or need to eat, or need to go to the doctor to get something checked out, but we don't, because, oh no, I got to take care of this at work, or I need to take care of, especially for people who have families and things like that. But even in the midst of that, you've got to take care of yourself, because when we take care of ourselves, it allows us to be present and to be full and healthy for others, and especially our loved ones. That's the thing. And so when we're eating healthy, when we're moving, and when we're reading positive things, saying positive things, surround ourselves regarding people who are truthful. And when I say that, meaning we may not like what they hear, what they're saying, talking about what they hear. We may not like what we're hearing, what they are saying, but they're speaking the truth, because they may be able to tell us a part of ourselves that we can't see ourselves. And that's always the case. We all have blind spots against ourselves. So we need friends in our lives to say, hey, what's going on there? Or are you okay? And to check in, or to check us, because we can be in the wrong when it comes to certain things. That is what self-care is, especially when it comes to the self-awareness. But anyway, again, allow self-care to be in your life. Self-care is for life. Self-care is a journey. It is not a destination. Self-care is everything that you do on a daily basis. Self-care is also what you don't do. And I know that you've heard me say repetitive experiences, thoughts, and behaviors rewires the brain. And that's whether it's positive or negative. And when it comes to the experiences, a lot of experiences we don't have control over. Just like this COVID. We have no control over. When it comes to abuse, we don't have control over what someone else does when it comes to that. If someone abuses us, we don't have control over that. And so, meaning that, again, when it comes to, it can be the impact of something. So again, repetitive experiences, thoughts, and behaviors rewires the mind. I always say mind, rewires the brain. What rewires the brain creates patterns and habits. And those patterns and habits impacts our bodies. What impacts our body impacts our nervous system. What impacts our nervous system impacts our immune system. And so those experiences, thoughts, and behaviors even weakens or strengthens our immune system. So we may not have any control over certain experiences, but we can take control by being intentional about our self-care, to start asking ourselves certain questions. So do things so that you can have that self-awareness about yourself. Do those things so you can sit in silence, so you can have that deep rest, so you can have movement and you can take action. That is what self-care is all about. It's all the things that you can do that make you you. Because for me, even being on this live is self-care for me, so that I can be better at doing lives, so I can be better at communicating to you guys about self-care. Because being a self-care advocate is my purpose. Helping people help themselves is my passion. So no matter where you are in your life, just know you matter, and everything that you do, it either can impede or help you with your self-care. So, because your body knows if you're doing something that is in opposite. If you have 100 things to do and someone asks you to do one more thing, you need to be honest. And it's okay to say, let me get back with you. I have too much on my plate. You know, that sounds really wonderful, but that's not anything I can do right now. Because the other part of self-care is on the receiving end, we need to work on ourselves on how to receive no. So work on ourselves to say no and work on ourselves to receive no. Because it's nothing personal. Because each person is taking care of themselves. That's what it's all about. So self-care is self-awareness. Self-care is sitting in silence. Self-care is that deep rest to reset your body. Self-care is movement, whatever that is for you, and taking action. So, have a wonderful evening, conscious world, as you do the things that you need to do to cultivate yourself to your highest potential, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially.